Hi there, Liz Shaw from Shaw Lifestyle. Looking today at some simple exercises, just 10-15 minutes that you can do for legs and bums on a day-to-day basis. Now, something that I would say, if you really want to work them up, then why not make the most of points through the day? You can do 10 squats when you're in the shower and then scrub yourself a bit and then do another 10. Or you can do 10 squats when you're waiting for the kettle to boil and then another 10 while you wait for the tea bag, or whatever it may be. So there are ways that you can slot these things into your day. And if you think of doing 10 squats when you're brushing your teeth, if you slot them into 2 or 3 times in the day, you're going to really up the amount of work you're doing. And a squat is working lots of muscle. So it's a great fat burner because you're working fronts and backs of the legs, and there's a lot of big muscle there, and your glutes, which is a lot of big muscle, and that's not me being personal to anyone. There's just a lot there. So let's just think through what that means. You're going to balance the weight correctly in between fronts and the backs of the legs. You're going to sit your bum down low as if you're sitting on a chair that's low behind you. So you're squatting down low and you're pushing back up again. Now make sure the weight is into the heels as you go down. You don't want to tip forwards over the toes. You're back over your heels. You're keeping the spine nice and long. So you want to start by standing tall at the beginning and keep that long feeling as you bend the knees, hinge at the hips, press back, keeping that spine nice and long. And then when you come up to the top, we're going to draw tall through the spine, and that last little bit is squeezing in the bum, squeeze into the bum, work the backs of the legs, the hamstrings to really get that locked position and to up the muscle work. So let's go one more time, pushing down and then using the muscle power to push yourself up against gravity to really get all those muscles working. Okay, so what we're going to do today, I'm going to give you the option of doing it with some resistance bands. If you've got a resistance band, great, go for it. If you haven't, it's perfectly fine to do it without, so it's not a problem. Just going to get you warmed up just a little bit with some of those squats to start with so that we know that we're good to go. So just give me a little bit of a squat down, come up and squat down, come drawing tall through that tummy, down, push up through the backs of the legs and press and push down. Let's get the arms going as well and swing, up, press, down to swing, up, press, down, squeeze that bum as you come up and down, squeeze, up. Okay, let's get a little march on the spot, just getting those legs working, tummy tight, spine drawn tall, and just pick it up a little bit more, so we just get the heart rate up a little bit more. Purpose of that is that our heart pumping is going to pump blood all the way around the body. It's pumping, it's our transport system, so it's like the M25, M3, M4, wherever you are in the country, going around the body, pumping that blood everywhere. So the more we can get the heart rate up, the more efficient our workout will be, because the blood is going around ready to deliver those nutrients that we need into the muscles. Okay, so just bring that down a little bit. I'm going to grab a resistance band. If you want to, that's fine. Where am I going? I'm going over here. You want to do it without, that's absolutely fine as well. I'm just going to pop this band around just above my knees, and I'm going to go push down into a squat. I'm going to push down for 3, press, 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 jump, press, 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 jump, press. So I'm pushing out against the band, and I am not allowing my knees to be in here. I'm really pushing against the band so that I'm certain my knees are over my toes. I'm bouncing there, pulsing there for 3, shunt in just a tiny bit and push out again. No band, you can get a little bit more inwards and outwards movement. If you're using the band, you don't want to lose the band. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, shunt in, out, 2, 3, shunt in and out. Ready, I'm going to show you in profile so you can just see what's going on here with the technique. Off we go. In 3, 2, 1, we're going for 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, in, out, 2, 3, in, out, 2, 3, keep it going, out. I'm going to turn to the front, you don't need to, and 1, 2, 3, in, out, 2. It's your halfway point. Another 15 seconds to go. Keep it pushing. In, out, 2, 3. In, out, 2, 3. 5 seconds to go. Out, 2, 3. In, out, 2, three. Let's just slot one more one in and recover. Right. Take 30 seconds break. Give the legs a bit of a shake. We're going to go into crab walks. So that means we're going to step out, pushing against the band, using the sides of the hips again. If you're not wearing a band, still work, good to do. Down in your squat, pressing out against the radius of your own hips. So pushing down to start with, we've got 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Press out, press, and 2, and 3, and 4. Go the other way, 1, and 2. Really pushing, feel these muscles working. And 1, and 2. Press against it. And 4, and same thing. You're not stepping beyond the radius of your hips, so the knees are still over the toes, tummy tight, all the way. Keep it working. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and we're done. That's your 30-second mark. Give it a shake. We've got 2 more rounds of all of that to go. Grab some water if you need to. You're going to feel it. Lots of big muscles working. Fab fat burner, as we said, and you will feel the heart rate up, even though it doesn't look like we're doing much. All those muscles are working, so the heart rate's going up. Here we go. We've got 10 seconds to go, and then we're going again. Crabs to the side. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And press. And 2, and 3. Push it out. And push. And 2. And press against the band. And push. And 2. And 3, and 4. That's your halfway point. Keep going. 2, and 3, and 4. Other way, and 1, and 2. Tummy tight. 3, and 4. Feel the glutes are working. And 2. We're nearly there. 3. Give me 2 and 2 just to finish off. 1, and 2. Other way. 1, and 2. And that's your 30 seconds. Give it a shake. Going back to the first one now. So we're going into our squat. 2, 3. Shunt out. 2, 3. That's going to happen in another 15 seconds. So again, just give everything a shake. Let the heart settle a little bit. And then we're good to go in about 8 seconds. So find that position to start with. We're pushing into that lovely deep squat. And here we go. Off we go. Oh, 1, 2, 3. In, out. 2, 3. In, out. 2, 3. Still keeping that back nice and long. And out, no rounding the back, and out, and 2, 3, and press against it. Feel this working. You're going to feel it burning now. 10 seconds left. Push. 2, 3, and push. 2, 3, and push. 3, push. 2, 3, and recover. Okay, give it a bit of a shake. 2 more sets of crab walks to go. Then I'm going to switch it around a bit. So, whew. Shake it out, get it all moving a little bit, get that circulation all going, and we're good to go again in 10 seconds. Crab walks to the side. Here we go. Draw tall to start with, push into that squat, feel the technique held. Abs, bum, go. Pushing out, and 2, and 3, and 4, and step out, pushing from here. Don't step the feet, then you've got the knees working incorrectly. Push through the thighs so the knees are over your toes all the way. That's halfway. Keep it going. And 3, and 4. Other way. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Last set. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and relax. Okay, once again. Now, you can choose which you'd rather do. If you want to go 1 more set of crab walks, you can. I'm going to go back to my squat and shunt. Up to you. 15 seconds left either way, just to get that heart rate back. Settled a little bit, and we're going to push again. So 10 seconds, pressing down. Tummy tight to support the back. Glutes really working hard to get that heart rate up in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Up, out. 2, 3. Push those knees out over the toes every time. 2, 3. Push out. 2, 3. Press, push. 2, 3. Halfway point. Push. 2, 3. Keep it going. Push. 2, 3. And push. 2, 3. And push. 2, 3. Last one. Push. 2, 3. Oh, we can fit one more in. 1, 2, 3, and recover. Okay, give it all a bit of a wriggle. Going to come down onto the floor, still keep that band on. Oh, we're going to go into the butterfly. So you're going to push up into a lovely high bridge, press the knees out against the band. So we're going to be in a high bridge, squeezing under the bum, working the hamstring, squeezing the tummy down, and press outwards against the band. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Push up and press. Push out and 3. Keep that bum squeezed. Feel it around the bum. Feel it in the backs of the legs, hamstring. Tummy is tight all the way. Ribs and pelvis are connected. Soften that rib cage. Do not pop the ribs. Press, press. 10 seconds to go. Push and push. Keep it going and push and push and push. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and recover through the vertebrae down one by one. Just pop those knees into the chest for a moment, okay? 30 seconds off. We're going to push up into a bridge, do little pulses in our bridge. 15-second mark, so another 15 seconds to go, and we're pushing up. So this is going to work all of the glute area and the hamstrings again, and still supporting through those abs as well, so the back is really well held. Pop the feet down, keep the heels in nice and snug to the bottom, and we're going to push upwards in 3, 2, 1, off we go, and push, push, push. You've still got that pressure out against the band, but now we're pressing underneath here as well. Push, push, push. Tummy squeezing down as much as the bum is squeezing up. Keep it going. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and recover down through the vertebrae one by one, and relax. Okay, now if you want to up that a little bit more, you can pop a dumbbell or any other weight that you have here on the pelvis, across the front of the pelvis, so you're pushing up against more weight. But for now, we're just sticking to body weight with the help of the band. So we're going back into our butterflies, pushing up, and again, pressing the sides of the legs out against the band as hard as can be, so you're activating this whole area. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pressing out. Push, push. Keep it going. Press and push, push. Really press against it. Push and push. Press through. Keep it going. Keep squeezing up against the movement. Tummy squeezing down all the way. Supported in one line. Ribs soften so you're not popping those ribs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down through the vertebrae and just draw those knees into the chest. Pull the bottom off the floor just to ease out that lower back. Give the legs a bit of a wiggle, just to release everything a little bit before we go back into our bridge pulses. So if heels down on the floor, push those heels into the floor, keep them nice and snug into the bottom, and we're going to push up into that bridge. Nice true bridge in one flat line, really pressing the glutes up. Here we go. Push up, press, press, press. So I'm shifting up underneath the bum and the backs of the legs, but as much as that is pressing up, my tummy muscles are squeezing down so that my spine is supported all the way. Keep it squeezing, keep pushing, keep it going. 10 seconds to go. Push, 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 push. 3, 2, 1, and recover. Take a moment. I should just explain I have a clock over there just behind my camera, which is why I keep looking over there to check what's happening. Okay, we've got 2 more sets of those. 1 more set of butterflies and 1 more set of bridges. Are we ready? Are we steady? Oh, you've still got 10 seconds. Rolling down through the vertebrae. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Keep it going. Keep squeezing up under the bum. Use the sides of the hips to push against the band. Squeeze the tummy down to keep the back supported and keep those ribs softened to really squeeze 2, 1, and slowly down and pull the knees into the chest. A little bit of a wriggle, and we've got our last set of bridge pulses coming up. Peel that tailbone off, so you just release any tension that's built up through that lower back. Pop the heels down, and here we are. Heels nice and snug into the bottom. And again, do this without the band. It will still work really, really well. It's just giving you that little bit of extra working it with the band. Here we go. Push, up, press, press, press. Really push the heels through the floor. Should be able to lift those toes up because all of the weight is really transmitted through the heels. Push, press, press. If there's any pain, any discomfort at all in the lower back, just take a moment and stop. The way to stop that is by squeezing the tummy down, so you're using those deep abdominal muscles to really support the spine as you go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And draw the feet in. And take a moment. Okay, now we're going to get rid of that band. Oh no, I hear you say. Sorry. We're going to take a different band though. And just pop that one over there so we don't get confused. We're going to go into some lunges. Now, if you're not working with a band, all I'm going to ask you to do is 3 pulses in a lunge and then change feet. So you're going to step forward. Your lunge means you're held exactly in between your front and your back foot. You lower down with a beautifully straight spine and you push up. You're not pushing the heel forwards. You're not rounding the back. So you're really drawing tall like a puppet being pulled through the top of its head. And you're going to press down 1, 2, 3, and a little jump. 1, 2, 3, and push. If the jump is too much, you can 1, 2, 3, step. 1, 2, 3, step. What matters is that the technique is correct. You can do a tightrope walker with the arms if you wish, just to give yourself that bit more balance. You'll feel where you're going if your arms are that way. And if you've got a band, you've got a couple of options just to get the arms going a little bit as well. If you've got one of these bands, you're just going to step forwards against it, find the right tension so that you can pull into a bicep curl as you go. 3, and change legs. And 1, and 2, and 3, and change again. Or if you wish, you can go into, if you've got a circular band, take it that way around, much the same thing, pulling up against the circle. 1, and 2, and 3, and step in, step out, and then, whoops, need to rearrange. 1, and 2, and 3, and in and out. So take your choice of whichever is right for you. I'm going to go first without the band just to remind you what that's going to look like. Then we'll have a go with the band as well. So here we go. Stepping onto the right foot, step forward, or 1, and 2, and 3, change. 1, and 2, and 3, change. 1. Want to up that, you change straight into the lunge. 1, 2, 3, jump, change. 1, 2, 3, or if you want to make it a little bit simpler, 3, step, or 1, 2, simply step the feet together. 1, 2, 3, change. 1, 2, 3, and change. Take 30 seconds off. Now, the spine is important here. Your spine is going to be held straight, directly up to down. If you do go off a bit, that's fine. That's working what's called your proprioception muscles, which means your posture is rediscovering how to get you solid and secure. So that's a good thing, not a bad thing. Okay, we're ready to go again. Stepping into the band this time if you're up for it. Otherwise, just repeat exactly as before. Here we go. Pushing down, push. And your time is going to be a bit different if you're working on the band, so you take it at the time that you need to. Press through and push. Whoops. Feel those arms working. 2. And secure the shoulders. 3. And if you're working the biceps. Don't just focus on the biceps. The cap muscle over the top of your shoulder, which is your deltoid, is working as well to secure those shoulders in place. Couple more sets. Push. And 2. And 3. And change. One more right, one more left. Push. And 2. Whoops. And 3. And step. Change sides. Pushing. 1. And 2. And 3. And release. Okay, so what that means, it's easy to just focus on biceps if we're doing a bicep curl. I want you to remember, as much as bicep is working, your triceps at the back are working as well to control the movement, and that little cap muscle over the top of the shoulder called deltoid is working to stabilize your shoulders, to keep those shoulders held down steady. And if you're doing it correctly, abs and back muscles are going to be holding on as well. Okay, last set. I'm going to try it out with the other band. You know whether you're doing with or without a band and what sort of a band you have. So here we go. Last set. Promise. Just find that band at the resistance you need it. And here we go. Press down. And 2. Get that leg placement right. Don't let the knee come forwards over the toe. And changing feet. And 1. And 2. Drawing tall through the spine. And 3. And change feet. Again. And 1. And 2. And 3. And last time, 1. And 2. And 3. And out you come. And relax. One more point that I should have mentioned before in lunges, because it's something that people so often forget. When you're stepping forward for that lunge, you're not stepping on top of the other foot. It's not in line. You want a nice broad step, so you've got a little bit more chance of being on balance. So if you start with the feet hip width apart, imagine you're standing between train tracks. This foot is going to track next to that other train track rather than stepping across, because that gives you very little base of support. You want a broader base of support so that when you do go down, you are secure and stable. Okay, just give those legs a little bit of a stretch. So picking up the foot behind you, holding on. If you need to hold on to something, do. Just pop your hand on the wall, back of a chair. What we're aiming for here is to stretch out the front of the thigh. Now, if you stick your bottom out, as many people do, you're doing nothing. You want to press the tailbone forwards as you pull the thigh back. So it's a two-way pull, pushing the bottom forwards, the tailbone forwards, as you pull, there you go, as you pull that thigh back. That's what's really stretching out across the front of the hip and into the thigh. Holding it for 10 to 15 seconds. Breathing through. The more you breathe into your stretches, the more effective they will be. Let's go on the other side. So find that initial position. No shame in holding on to something if you need to. Find that initial position. Don't let the bottom stick out. If you have that tendency, just find that tailbone. Press the tailbone forwards, drawing tall through the abs, and then you're going to pull that thigh back against the pelvis, still feeling the tailbone pressing forwards as you pull the thigh bone back. Then you'll get that true stretch through the front. Holding on, breathing through it. If it's sore, really, really use the breath. Send the breath into that muscle and relax. Okay, give the legs a bit of a shake. You want to stretch out the hamstrings and the glutes as well. So best way to stretch out the hamstrings is if you have a strap down on the floor. You can use a scarf. It doesn't need to be a proper yoga strap. Just taking the leg and releasing it this way, because then you're purely stretching out the leg. Anything else that you do, if you've got a bit of weight on it, is not going to be quite so effective. So this is by far my favorite sort of a hamstring stretch. And all I'm doing is letting the arms hang heavy. I'm trying to avoid having any excess tension in the arms. I'm just hanging, letting the arms hang off the strap, feeling my heel in the back of my leg pressing upwards towards the ceiling as my arms are heavy down. Changing legs, exactly the same thing on the other side. Pushing up. And again, breathing into that movement. Find the right positioning for you with the arms and just let them hang. Weight of the arms dropping into the floor. Pushing the heel away, and you can ease that leg a little bit further towards you if that's comfortable. Breathing into it. Easing that muscle strain away. Okay, and last but by no means least, everybody's favourite, figure of 4 stretch for the glutes. So you're going to cross one leg over the other. Ladies, cross your legs if you're wearing a miniskirt. Then change your mind, cross your legs as if you're wearing jeans. So we're in a figure of 4 there, and we're going to then draw this thigh in towards us, thread the arm in through the gap, and pull that knee in towards you to really stretch out the back of that thigh and the buttock muscle. Easing in, the more you pull that leg in towards you, the more you'll feel the stretch in this leg here. Easing it in, pulling the ankle towards you by pulling on this knee, pressing the knee away. And release, changing sides. So tight cross to start with, change it to that figure of 4. Hands are going to grab the leg that's currently on the floor, and they're going to pull it in towards you. And you'll feel, feel that stretch across the back of the thigh and the buttock of this leg that's bent. Pulling it in towards you, and again, breathing through it. Really breathing. Okay, and release. Okay, so hopefully that's given you some options that you can slot into your week 2 or 3 times a week. And as I say, if you do those squats in between times, just as we talked about right at the beginning, if you're waiting for the kettle to boil, when you're cleaning your teeth, when you're having a shower, think how many of those squats you could fit.